All right, everyone, welcome. My name is Leo with the Solano Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We have as our guest today, Sean with the Daily Desk. We're gonna be covering some good information in reference to working remote, but also what is the Daily Desk doing as an office environment here in Solano County, right, to protect the members and customers. Also, we have a few people that can join via Zoom, or you can join us via Facebook Live. We have Monty and Inga joining us here right now on the Facebook. But if you want to go ahead and chat with each other, go ahead and put comments in the chat section, or if you're in Facebook Live, you can go ahead and drop us a comment if you have questions. We can definitely answer in live, or have Sean provide some information to get back to you later. So real quick, right, for those of you that are on the virtual chat here on Zoom, we will ask that you please mute yourself if you're speaking to reduce background noise. Also, as I mentioned before, right, feel free to use the chat window section to leave comments and ask questions. This meeting is being recorded so we can share it later on with the community. This is good information that Sean is going to be sharing today, and obviously we can share with information from our audience as well. Obviously, we will ask you to please stay engaged. This is just a formal, or not formal, but this is more of a community chat, right? So just basically ask questions if you can. Sean is not gonna go through any presentations or anything like that. We're just making this a little bit more relaxed of a conversation. Now, a little bit about the Daily Desk. You can definitely find them at Chadbourne Road over by Walmart. Used to be before Budweiser in that area, and they're basically a co-work space station. Sean, I'll let you do that. Introduce yourself first, Sean, and
sure.
while I go ahead and let people in. So, yeah. Sean, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, hi. My name's Sean West, and this is the Daily Desk, and we are a co-working space here in Fairfield. In fact, we are the only co-working space in Solano County. And we basically bring people into our space and offer private suites, dedicated desk, flex desk, hot desk. We have printing services. We have a mini gym. We have Zoom rooms. You know, I'm actually in a conference room right now on a 75-inch touchscreen display where I can, have Zoom meetings. Actually, there's a picture of that room right there, and that's very good timing there, Leo. And we're basically we're a one-stop shop for your remote office. So we have several different kinds of businesses here. We have real estate agents, we have insurance agents, we have accountants, we have marketing folks. We have a pretty wide cross-section of people that utilize our space, and we'd love to have a lot more. We just opened back in June last year, so we're relatively new to the area.
Perfect, Sean. We've been in that area a lot before, so we know it's a great space. We leverage it for even meetings, right? For the Solano Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We appreciate you for allowing us to be there. We had events and workshops, you name it, right? It's not just a co-working space, but you can make it a community with reserving an office if you had a meeting or even for events. Sean, a couple of things that we would like to go over that, as we were discussing earlier before we started the meeting, is, right, what are some of the things people could do to work remotely, and how the Daily Desk can help with that, but also with all the everything going on with reopening businesses back up in offices, we can also spend some time talking about what is the Daily Desk doing in regards to the reopening phase, so to speak. So why don't we first just get started with how do resources to work remotely and how the Daily Desk can help with that, since I know there's a lot of offices that are not open yet and people could leverage, right, that space, the Daily Desk, to work remotely.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. One of the big uses that we have here, in fact, we have several members that have offices in San Francisco. And prior to the whole COVID-19, they would go to their office in the city for a couple days a week, and then they work here remotely the rest of the time. So we have obviously high-speed fiber internet. We have everything that your office could possibly need to facilitate your business. We're a highly secure facility, both on the physical side and on the cyber side. So your business can be rest assured that anything that you do here is safe and secure. And then of course we have the amenities for you, like the mini gym, and we have a fully stocked kitchen, with refreshments, and of course we have community events. Prior to the COVID thing, we had community events, and we are definitely looking forward to doing that again. But it brings people together. People collaborate with each other. They get to know each other. Different businesses, and network with each other. In fact, most of our businesses that are here are doing business with each other. So it's kind of a neat thing in that way as well.
Now, tell us how somebody like that works in San Francisco, and perhaps with kids being in summer, may want to find a place where to work, but obviously they cannot get to the office in San Francisco yet, but may need a place where to work in the meantime while kids are in summer break. Tell us how that work. Is it a monthly or daily rates that can be offered?
Well, it's funny you say that. Is that everybody's learning to work at home now. And I think at first people thought, wow, this is pretty cool. I don't have to go to the office. I can work out of my house. I've always wanted to do that. Then of course they have their kids, they have their dogs, they have all the other things that fall into working at home. And it can be a little bit distracting. And in fact, I've had several members prior to this whole thing. They can work out of their homes, come here because they want to get away from that exact thing. So that is definitely a big benefit, obviously, to what we do here at the Daily Desk. We offer monthly memberships, or you can come in by the day. You can get a hot desk. We've changed the names a little bit, and we're calling them Flex Desk now, but you can get a one-day Flex Desk, which basically means you can come and sit anywhere, any available desk. You can sit down, you have access to the internet, you have access to the kitchen, you have access to all the amenities here at the Daily Desk, and you can get your work done if you are looking for something longer term. And we have several people that come in on a daily basis. You were one of them, Leo. You used to come in every now and then on a daily basis, and Alma would come in. We have people that have more of a need for a few more days a week. Hey there, Milton. That's one of my members there.
I'm with Milton in a class the Solano SBDC. We're doing some presentations this Thursday.
It's in our kitchen, by the way. So she's set up in there. But we have that have monthly memberships, and most of our memberships are by the month. In fact, most everything we do is monthly, so there's no long-term commitment. Even our private suites are by the month. So there's no long-term commitment. It's easy to get in. It's easy to get out. And for people like that, like as I mentioned before, people that work in the city, a couple days a week and they work here the rest of the time, the monthly membership works out really good for them. And then they have access on the weekends if they need to get in on the weekend and get stuff done and things like that. So we really facilitate your business here because we have all the tools that you need. And a lot of our members, in fact, I had some for the first time in a couple months since this whole thing started. None of our meeting rooms have been rented. In fact, I had a lot of cancellations, obviously, because people can't get together. But we had 2 groups come in last week and rent our meeting rooms. But they Zoom in with other teams from their companies in other cities. So one was in San Francisco, and I think one was in Austin, Texas. Last week, they were in our training room. So I think they had 8 guys here in our training room, spread out 6 feet apart. And they were zooming into their other teams in Austin and San Francisco. So we can facilitate that here. We have the high-speed fiber that, the video does really good in that respect. So those are some of the things that if you work elsewhere and you need to work remotely and not in your office, the Daily Desk can help you out there.
So that's a good segue to go into talk about what's it gonna look like now. But before we go there, yes, I use the facility, the location, and it's great, right? Something that it's great to have as a option because, like I say, right, parents working from home remotely, we do need to get away from the chaos that happens at home. So if I understand that correctly, right? Well, I understand the process because I've been there. There's monthly membership, but there's also daily options as well. So you go if you're not sure yet, if you want to try it out, if you want to try out the community. Obviously, the once we pass all these with COVID-19, you'll get to learn about the community that is there at Daily Desk. You can just simply pay the daily fees and then go into a contract, or not a contract, but a monthly membership if you want to. And how easy it is to reserve the Daily Desk? Do they need to go to the website? How does it work?
Yeah, you can reserve directly from the website, which, by the way, later on this week, we're doing a revamp of our website. So we're updating, quite a few things. I think a lot of us, like a lot of businesses, have found time in the last couple months to take care of some things that, during the normal course of business prior to the COVID-19, we just hadn't had time to do, and our website was one of them. So we've been working on that, and we should have a new website by, hopefully by the end of the week. But yes, you can reserve directly from the website. And one of the changes that we are making is we're having the sign-up form is going to be directly on the first page. So yes, you can do that, and it links you directly, and you can use your bank card or your credit card or ACH to pay. Our daily memberships is just $25. So for $25, you can come in and spend the whole day and work here. So it's quite easy to get a membership here. Yes.
Awesome, and look forward to the new website. Is the name am I just gonna be the same, the dailydesk.biz?
Yes, it's going to be the same domain, but we're just changing things around a little bit.
Perfect. So we'll definitely hope to see a video of how to navigate once that release. So tell us now about what the Daily Desk is looking at for the new norm, right? To accommodate members and people who just want to come in and work from there.
Sure. Well, since the whole COVID-19 started, we've implemented a sanitizing procedure for the entire space. So all of our surfaces, we have a hospital-grade sanitizer that we spray and wipe down frequently during the day. All of our doorknobs. We have several stations of hand sanitizer throughout the space. We have remodeled a lot of our open desk areas to include dividers between the desks. So, and we're also having every other seat until this thing is over. So if you are in an open desk area, in our flex desk area or hot desk area, you know, it's every other seat. So you can't, so we'll have, you know, signs on every other one that says you can't sit there, you know, for social distancing, you know, procedures. And then we have dividers from one side to the other. So if somebody's sitting across from you, there's going to actually be a nice divider separating you from that person, just in case you sneeze on them. And of course, you know, we will provide face masks to anybody using the elevator. We're going to require anybody using the elevator to have a face mask on. You know, those types of things that are obviously commonplace now in the world that we live in. We are obviously, as people come in, you know, we're keeping people spread out purposely. We have a very big space. We have over 17,000 square feet here. And we have close to 200 seating options. So, you know, we can spread people out for a while, and hopefully by the time this is all over, we can, you know, people can sit next to each other, you know, we'll see. But in the meantime, we've implemented those procedures and doing things like that to, you know, maintain our social distancing and keep people safe.
So I'm imagining the recommendation would be that obviously with the sanitizing aid that is available, if I come and sit down, I forgot my sanitizing and bringing hand sanitizer or something to wipe down, I guess it would be best, right, to utilize what's available to sanitize the area when I'm going to be using for the day. Yes. Before sitting down. And obviously, be courteous enough to clean it after before you leave. That'd be great.
Yeah, we want to encourage people to, you know, just like the gym, right? Before you use that piece of equipment,
yeah.
We want you to spray it down before you use it, and we want you to spray it down after you use it. You know, and most people do that. Some people won't, but we're here to, you know, when people leave, we'll spray stuff down again as well. So the space is thoroughly sanitized, let's put it that way, most of the time. So it's, you know, considered safe, I guess.
Okay, so you're open to the public.
Yes, we are.
Already.
Yes.
Okay. Now for our audience, any questions so far? I see we had Avery from Working Solution, Monty, Inga, anything you want to add on to what Sean said?
I think she's muted.
You muted Inga. Let me mute you.
Are you unmuting me now? Okay. I don't think
you're muted.
Hi. I haven't got anything particular to add other than what Sean has been saying. We're meticulous, you know, about security for both, as he said, cyber and for personal safety here. So it is one of the priorities of the daily desk, and we have a lot of space at the moment. We can socially distance very happily.
Yeah, Inga is right there at the daily desk, so she can definitely tell us what's going on. Monty, is there anything you want to add, or Barry, Working Solutions?
Hi, Leo.
Hello.
Oh, hold on.
We hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. No, I was going to say I don't have anything to add. I was supposed to meet up with Sean to he graciously gave his space for us to work during the small business week, which of course has been postponed. And so, but I've been there for a few meetings myself, and it's a very great space. And I think one advantage that Daily Desk has is just it's a spacious space that allows for people to remain at that good distance. It's not like a little bitty, tiny little space where you're rubbing shoulders with everyone. So I'm just rooting for you, Sean, and for all the businesses, because this is definitely a really tough time.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, thank you, Sean, for the information. I know Monty announced that. Oops, here's some feedback. I know Monty announced that they're open to the public as well. I know I saw the Vacaville Chamber, City of Vacaville, and Solano Workforce Development Board, who are your neighbors. They actually put in a series of workshops this week to help out with those guidelines on office spaces. For example, I know they're going to do it on Thursday and Friday, which I know that probably are going to be a lot of the guidelines that you're familiar with. But based on what you share already, you probably have a good idea what for somebody that works in the office or has an office space. With the information that you took already, you have an idea of what that's going to look like, those guidelines. There's so much that is being shared right now at the moment. Is there anything else that is coming up? I mean, I might just keep an eye on what the state is saying or the county. Is there anything else you're looking at do you want to share, right, with the audience that may be coming up?
Well, I think I do want to point out that Solano County did open up, phase 2 offices. So that is the reason we are open to the public. We have been open to our members throughout this whole time, but now we are open to the public. So anybody can come by. They can rent a meeting room. We are obviously enforcing the social distancing in those rooms. So we're making sure that we, the last group that came in, they were here in the Skyline room, which seats, up to 15. They had 8 people. I put them in the training room where we have a much larger space and can spread them out. So those are, kind of the things that, as far as the public or somebody that hasn't been here before, we're going to do. But yeah, I think the Daily Desk, just like everybody else and every other business, is we're anxiously awaiting everything to open up. This has been extremely difficult for a lot of businesses, and we're here to help businesses. So we want to be a part of that opening and see what we can do to help businesses and get through this. But we're anxiously awaiting, phase 3, phase 4. I don't even know how many phases they have now. They'll probably keep adding them, to be honest with you. But we'll look forward to that. And we're looking forward to being part of that and helping businesses. We're looking forward to having our events again, our community events. We were going to have, I think, a 4-chamber get together here in June, and obviously we're not having that. So, we're obviously going to be rescheduling a lot of stuff, a lot of events that were planned. So those are things we are definitely looking forward to in the next couple months, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely got to keep an eye open for events. Monty, want to say something?
You must have noticed I unmuted myself.
Can't do that.
I just want to say thanks to Sean for participating today, and to give a shout out for the Daily Desk. There's really nothing like it in our county. It's a beautiful facility, some of the best technology you're going to find. And before he gets off, he probably ought to do a little demo with that robot behind him there, so people can see some of the high-tech stuff they have. And actually, they have a conference room there called the Harry Price Room. Now, a lot of people are going to think that's Mayor Harry Price. And actually, it was one of the partners here in our business park who unfortunately passed away, I believe, before your guys' big opening there, if I'm not mistaken.
February of 18, yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of his visions, to have something like this in our business park here. So not only do we have a facility that is unmatched in this county, and one of the most unmatched business parks in this county. And I really foresee that as we move forward after things become somewhat more normal, that this facility is going to be in high demand because the way people are going to be operating their businesses, especially people who are telecommuting and tired of working in their little home office. Like Sean had mentioned, they'll be able to get into this facility and get out of the rat race of their house for a few hours. And I believe that the facility also will then cater it to some of the group meetings that can be spread out. And I can tell you, I've attended some of their coffee breaks, some of their mixers, get-togethers and whatnot. It's a great location with a great space for that type of thing. Not only that, they have some of the, I mean, looking at there, you've got some of the best looking carpet you're going to find in any office space. So again, check this place out. It's a beautiful location with some technology that you're not going to find in really in any office here in this area. So hats off to you guys.
Thank you, Monty. And we do have a lot of really nice carpet and tile. And we don't forget that wall tile in the kitchen. That's beautiful.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And that's obviously thank you to Monty, right? His staff, probably.
Yes.
Definitely great. I saw a couple questions on Facebook Live. Amit Pa asked if there is a special rate if you are a member of, he specifically asked the Hispanic chamber, but I imagine probably could apply to other chambers.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. We do give a special rate for chamber members. Absolutely. So just have them give me a call, get on the website. The hello at thedailydesk.biz, which is on the website, that goes directly to me, so they can communicate through that email address. And actually, I invite them for a tour first. I always want people to come by and see the facility first, just to get an idea of what it is and what their needs are.
All right. And you mentioned hello at thedailydesk.biz. Is that the email address?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Someone else asked, Laurie Phillips. She asked, do you have meeting rooms? As we mentioned, and as you can see, Sean, right, he's in one of those meeting rooms, and and as you can see, all the technology that is loaded with it. And no worries, Sean can help out with all the technology. It might seem confusing in the beginning, but he's just doing a span, right, of the room that you have. This is actually a nice room where us, the Solano Hispanic Chamber, utilize to do our board meetings. How many offices? I mean, how many meeting rooms you have in there?
I have 4 meeting rooms, and that would include the Harry Price training room, which is our largest room that seats 50.
Yep.
This one does up to 15 or so. We have the Tangram room. This is the Skyline room. We have the Tangram room, which seats 6, and then the Kehoe room on the other side of the building seats about 10. So they all have a different feel to them. They all have the technology, the touchscreen displays and the cameras and everything that you could possibly need for a meeting. Yep. And this is the home of the Hispanic Chamber right here. This is where you guys have your meetings in this room right here. So
yeah. That's where we have our meetings, definitely. So that's pretty much all the questions that came in. I'm not sure if Inga, Monty would like to say any last words, or you, Sean, before we end the call.
Well, I would just like to thank everybody for coming on, Monty, Inga, and everybody that went on the live feed on Facebook. Again, I just want to encourage people to get out there and do business here in the county, spend their money here, help businesses out. They really need it. And we'd love to have people come and do their remote officing here at the Daily Desk, or just have meetings here. We're open for that anytime. So, give us a call or go on our website.
Inga, I think she's raising her hand. And then we'll go with you, Monty.
Okay, I just wanted to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed working down here. I feel I've found my tribe and I've met a great bunch of people. This is, if I had to, when I was younger, if a place like this had existed, I'd have been one very, very happy bunny. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Monty?
I got word a little while ago that our wonderful governor of the state of California gave another press conference today, and it sounds like he's getting ready to release some more businesses and some restrictions. And so, that means we're probably going into the next phase. And like Sean said, who knows, they may add more, but I think he's finally realizing that it's time to get back to business. And I believe our communities are all feeling that way. I know once we opened our doors, our business every day has been pretty steady busy. Like I said in my video for opening, we don't have long lines, thank goodness. So we have lots of social distancing and cleanliness and all that kind of stuff. But we are staying pretty active. So people are really excited to get back out and start doing business, and we're looking forward to that. Like I said, the governor just made an announcement today that he's going to reduce more restrictions in the county. So it's looking very positive.
That's great. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that insight, Monty, on what you're seeing. Definitely looking forward for the supervisor board meeting tomorrow and see if there's any updates on the attestment or whatever the word is that they submitted to the state, right, to allow the phase 2 businesses like the dining areas and restaurants to reopen. So I was sitting down at the, I wasn't sitting down, but I listened to the Solano County Board of Supervisors last meeting on the, was it the 15th? No, the 12th? Yeah, the 12th. And it was a good hour and a half just about that topic, if should we reopen businesses or not. So I know it's a hot topic last week, it's a hot topic this week, and seems that a lot of people are eager to get back to business. So let's keep our ears open to that. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Sean. Inga, thank you for joining us here. Monty, thank you. And everyone that joined via Facebook Live. If there's any questions, right, refer them to Sean in reference to the Daily Desk, hello@thedailydesk.biz. And obviously we saw the website earlier today, thedailydesk.biz. All right, have a good one. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Leo. See you guys.
See you.